Ultimate. Wow. Okay. Oh, operate with impunity. Every hero has a legendary Midnight Sun ability and Midnight Sun suit. Oh no, we need to turn off the subtitles.
You know how much I hate this hocus pocus nonsense, Faustus. Now you want to tell me just what the hell is so important?
Sleeping mother, sacred harbinger, awaken and reclaim what is yours. You who rise with the moon in darkness, who prepares the path for the midnight sun. Turn your merciless eyes upon us and arise!
Nice show, Doc. Next time, call Seymour. Better yet, I'll just shoot you and save us all the trouble.
I can feel it, Rox. Trouble in the air. More innocent blood joining you soon.
Yeah.
Get back to your magic castle. You ain't welcome here.
It's called a sanctum. And welcome or not, this is where fate has determined the Sorcerer Supreme needs to be.
Tell fate. Answers no.
This is the secret guardian you dragged me 5,000 miles to meet?
Who's the mouth?
Mr. Stark is brash, but I assure you he can be trusted. Wait, you seriously don't know who I am? The fabric of magic is shifting, Johnny. The prophecy of the Midnight Sun is upon us.
Your last crusade cost me plenty. This time I intend to look after my own.
Hey pal, I don't think you understand. Things are changing. 2 plus 2 no longer equals 4. Up is sometimes down, and strange here is actually starting to make sense.
Do I look like someone who gives a damn about any of that?
No, you look like you should be bouncing for the double deuce. Listen, all I know is hell's coming, and my pal here says you can help.
That's where you're wrong. Hell's not coming. It's already here. You're welcome, Robo Man.
Robo Man.
Iron Man?
Robo Man.
It's okay. It's fine. I know what you meant.
His FMV is horrible. terms of its visual quality. It looks super basic.
Way out here, and the old man runs off with that precious page of yours. It's left us some VIP passes for the carnival. Have you blown up a few monsters on the way out?
Johnny Blaze has sacrificed a great deal for this world already. I am certain he will come around given time.
There are three
So
types.
time was the one thing we didn't have. All right, let's just wrap this up. I've got sand in my nanopolymer weave.
There are three main types of cards which represent hero abilities, attack skills, and heroic. Playing a card costs 1 card play. Select ability card, press A to activate it. Press A again to confirm the ability. Each turn you receive 3 card plays. Okay? Use attack cards to damage enemies and gain heroism. Attack cards damage enemies. All attacks grant 1 heroism when used. Some attacks have added effects like knockback or stun. Okay. Game looks great. Let me see what I can do about the subtitles. But maybe it's needed because of the sound mix. I don't see it here. Not here. Everything's maxed out except for AA. Well, maybe AA is fine too, but I just turned it off. So there's no option to turn off subtitles. And like I said, that could be a blessing in disguise in this game. Oh. Soulless minions.
This shouldn't take long. Who designed your armor? Because it looks like junk.
Okay. They're all targeting Doctor Strange. Oh, that one's targeting Iron Man. Okay.
I'm saving my energy so you'll need it.
Yeah, the in-game graphics look better than the FMV.
Am I really gonna have to bring out the big guns for this?
Okay, heroic cards are powerful and decisive. Playing heroic cards require heroism. Okay. Oh.
This should be good.
Impressive.
Once you have played all your cards, use down to finish your turn.
We're not quite ready to give up just yet.
Who wants the honors?
There are 2 types of enemies, minions and elites. Minions have no health. Any damage defeats them instant. Oh, this is interesting. They're frail but still dangerous. Elites have higher health totals and require more damage to defeat. Use attack and heroic cards wisely. High damage cards may be wasted on minions.
That suit may be a marvel of technology, but it's no match for the mystic arts. Allow me to demonstrate.
Not bad.
Also, it's a contest now. Then you take the extra creepy one.
Dealing damage.
Gladly.
Okay. Knockback direction. Confirm the direction with A to push the enemy unit. Okay. Cool. Can I get both? No, I can only get one.
Watch closely.
I don't Well, that wasn't your signature move. That'll work. And still reigning world heavyweight champion, Iron Man.
There's no no description. Acts of Angarumus.
I fully intend to make this as miserable as possible for you. Fair warning. You have no idea how angry you've made my look.
Another round of warm bodies coming in.
Honestly, no, you're just wasting your time.
At the start of each turn, hero icons will appear above each enemy, showing who that enemy intends to attack. Use the information to determine which enemies to defeat first or which heroes to defend. In this case, Doctor Strange is in danger. See what you can do to assist him.
Now that I have their attention, perhaps a blessing is in order. Something protective?
Oh no.
Man, or shield in this case.
In the spirit of cooperation, I'll accept your offer. Just this once.
Don't mention it.
What about over here? Directly behind, huh? Oh, use skill cards to control the battle and gain heroism. Skills provide powerful supplemental effects like healing, damage boost, and drawing cards. Skills do not generally deal damage. Skills are a great way to build heroism and powerful attacks. They provide more heroism than attack cards.
Here, take this.
Oh, that's cute.
Greatly appreciated. Watch and learn. You've been deceived by Lilith, and it may very well cost you your life.
Oh, that thing doesn't do damage? Only when they collide? Wow.
Follow my movements.
Love the effort.
The cloak looks really good.
They seem insistent on attacking me.
Probably still won't be enough, but you can try. I think we pissed them off. Got a spell for that, maybe?
Interesting. A spell would change the very demeanor of our enemies. Something along the lines of the psionic manipulations of Eros of Titan?
Can't make it happen in the next 10 seconds. I'm not interested. Sure, why not? I bet you guys couldn't even beat the security guards in that parking garage.
He still has some shield on him.
By the will of the old gods. It's for the best, trust me.
Here we go. Whoever gets the job done.
Many objects on the battlefield can be used to your advantage with environment attacks. Environment attacks cause heroism but do not use a card play. These are free attacks. These free attacks are very useful. Use them wisely to score important knockouts. Tip: try using one or more rocks to wipe out extra enemies. Environment objects will glow when they can be used to attack a nearby enemy.
And while you ponder arrows, maybe we should just try throwing a big rock at him?
Oh, really?
Let's do it.
That's cute. No? No? Only within that area. Oh, okay. So we messed up because we should have destroyed this one first. Okay. Well. I mean, surely Doctor Strange could have lifted this boulder over here, but I guess not.
It appears they've bolstered their forces.
I like it when we're in control of the situation. Oh, I think that's the last of them, which is good. I told Pepper I was just stepping outside the restaurant to take a quick call. They don't all have to be pretty.
This horrible FMV.
If I'm being honest, that encounter went better than I expected.
Tony, I've been noticing a recurring gamma spike.
You see, this is why you shouldn't eat spicy food, Bruce.
Localized in the West Village, converging on the Sanctum.
What?
The collective works of the universe's greatest sorcerers, and he left them underneath the takeout menus.
Shifting mystical polarities are wreaking havoc on my portals. You don't say. You okay, kid?
Yes. Are you?
Let's, put a pin in that. Oh. Carol.
Bruce and I have been trying to reach you. He'd have come himself, but he's...
You did the big green guy proud. I really should up my homeowner's insurance. Miss Maximoff, the wards of protection, if you please.
Stephen, I can fight. I've got control now.
Then show me by activating the wards. In the meantime, in honor of our missing companion, the rest of you may feel free to smash away.
Yeah, you're gonna need the help.
The problem with this is if I reduce this, then like the menu effects are gone too. Let me see. Let's try and reduce that all the way down to 0 and see what happens. Yep. Try 70.
Nice one, Carol. Always the direct approach.
You know I don't mess around. Besides, we picked up some crazy gamma readings coming from, well, here. Guessing that explains the Hydra goons and ominous green lights.
Yes, but not while you fail to use the front door.
Hi, how about we discuss proper hero landing etiquette after we take down the bad guys?
Oh, there's a free one over here. I mean, cannot perform this action only after you've exhausted all your cards or something? Oh, I see. Only Iron Man can do that? Okay. Oh, it requires something? It requires heroism? Okay. It has to be like directly behind them.
Let me show you the way. Even the mother of demons is forced to rely upon hired hands occasionally. This won't end well for you.
It's done any way we know how.
That was really something.
Use redraw to place undesirable cards in your hand. Highlight a card to redraw, then pull X to replace it with a new one. The new card is random and may be more immediately useful. The last card in your hand, Photo Beam, costs 3 heroism to use, but you only have 2. Try using a redraw on it. A jab.
Watch and learn.
Dang.
Enjoy your nap.
Wow, we can't use the furniture?
Go back and regroup.
We haven't quite broken their spirit yet. I'm feeling good about the situation, all things considered.
Use move to reposition the hero and set up the perfect knockback angle. Area effect attacks or environment attacks. Select any location on the ground with A to enter move mode. Select again at the desired location to confirm the move. Each turn you have 1 free move. The currently selected hero will execute the move. Try moving a hero into position to kick the couch. Oh, okay. Now we can use the furniture. Kick this. Wow, it hits like 3 of them at the same time? No, just 2. 2 maximum. And it's 10 damage? Well, we could have angled this better, I guess, if we didn't follow the tutorial. To hit all 3 of them.
Get it done any way we know how.
Up to 5 cards will be drawn to fill your hand at the start of each turn. Consider which cards to play and which cards to redraw. Or keep for future turns.
Oh, that Davenport was at least a century old. What a waste.
Draw the last 2 cards played. Start next turn with 4 cards played. You can't move that far? How come I can't? Does it require heroism? Oh, you can only move once per turn. So you have to pick which hero you want to move. Okay. I see.
interesting tactic.
Yeah, but that's not gonna do anything.
This shouldn't take long. This should help a little.
Oh shit! I didn't know that also cost a card play. I thought it was free. It scales up free. Oh no, he's dead.
Sure, just keep throwing bodies at the problem. Everything's solid so far.
Use what you have learned to wipe out Hydra's forces in the center. Okay.
These guys just keep showing up.
They are surprisingly relentless. In any event, we must provide Wanda the time she needs to activate the wards of protection.
The only one that requires positioning really is Doctor Strange. So.
It's remarkable how well Hydra manages to attract new recruits despite decades of ineptitude.
Fair enough.
Oh, she requires positioning too, but okay. 10 damage? Oh my god, we would have been able to. Okay, that's okay.
Save this one just for you.
Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Let's give it a go.
I know that wasn't your signature move. That'll work. You guys should talk to your union rep. I don't think you're supposed to be fighting on our level yet.
That's funny.
Do you really believe that will be enough?
With three of the world's strongest heroes,
That comes through scroll star losers that were done faster. Something's up.
Yes, Hydra has clearly raised their game. I have a terrible suspicion as to how.
The wards. Something's blocking them.
Not something. Someone.
Gozer?
Lilith. Mother of demons, harbinger of the midnight sun. Prophecy or not, you overstep. Challenging the sorcerer supreme.
Be silent. Be still.
what just happened?
Be gone. A fellow daughter of Transia. You remind me of my own beloved.
In virtute vishanti. Well done, Miss Maximoff. Your unique energy surprised her.
Whoa. I'm fine. What? I'm fine.
The prophecy is in motion. Lilith is still out there growing stronger each second the midnight sun approaches.
Define stronger.
If we are to have any chance of stopping her, there is only one option left to us.
I won't go back there.
We all must eventually face our demons, Miss Maximoff. However, one of us should remain behind to maintain the wards of protection.
See you on the other side.
Lilith returns. Essence in edit. It doesn't know what resolution. I think it's being caused by the DLSS. I think, and the game's reading like the AI res versus the res that's
That one on purpose.
it's working
The fabric
on.
of magic is unwinding. We are fortunate to be here at all.
And where is here, exactly?
Salem, Massachusetts. Well, a pocket dimension in Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, suburbs. Nice.
Welcome to the Abbey. Home of the
Midnight Sun.
The hell is this? Lilith's Junior Demon League?
Wait, it's that jerk from TV. Which one?
Now, if everyone would just take a moment.
Enough!
Yeah.
You're standing on my flowers.
Oh, been a long time, Sarah.
It's caretaker now.
If I could have avoided this moment, I would, but...
Oh, spare me the speech. I know Lilith's back. We're sisters after all.
Guess we're suddenly invisible now.
Why is the
Shall we
FMV
chat,
like
Stephen?
20 years? The FMV
No
is
one
looking
can argue that the hunter earned their rest in the first battle against Lilith.
20 years older than the
I
game.
only hope they are up for the task once more.
You wizards always make everything sound so lofty. I raised my sister's only child as a weapon against her.
And saved the world in the process.
Now you want me to dig them up and ask them to do it again.
I did not write the prophecy, Sarah. Besides, I am no common grave robber. We are simply reuniting their ethereal essence with their corporal form. Speaking of, it would help to have a mental image for the procedure. Spare no detail. Spiritual identity theft is no laughing matter.
Oh, nice. Should we play female? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we have option-wise for the male form. Normally, if I play a female character, I get to the end though. So that's the dilemma, really. But let me see what we have here. Option was it's very detailed. The hair actually looks really nice. Yes, nice hair. Oh no, you only have 4 options for the face, and they're all pretty derpy. Hold on, let me look at the female version. They're pretty generic too. The 4th one could be Ingrid, I guess. Let's see. Customization is shit. Oh god. Oh, the big hair actually doesn't look good because of the strands actually look really PlayStation 2 era. But that is like, look at that hair. That is some crazy looking hair. Did they both share like the same? Yeah. Look at that. That might be fun to actually play a character with that hair. But we're trying to make him sexy, shy. That one's okay. Faux hawk, okay, that's okay. That's kind of cute. This one's kind of cute too. High fade. No. Windswept. Oh god, spiky dreads, curly. Oh shit. Oh my god. No. So I guess it's shared, huh? The hairstyle is shared between the sexes? Yeah. Okay. I would dare people to play with this hair. But I'm not that daring. So I will pick the safer. This hair actually looks really good. Yeah. It looks very natural. It looks really good. But I think I'm gonna go with this one. That looks nasty. That is just nasty looking. What is this? That like It looks like little kids like scribble on top of his bald head. Yeah, we'll pick that one. Oh my god, blonde. Blonde with that is just horrible. Why is this? That's not a stubble. That's almost a beard. That's not a stubble. They don't know what a stubble is. A stubble is like it needs to be shorter. It needs to be shorter than that. That is disgusting. That is utterly disgusting. That's the option. The only option we have there for like some facial hair. So. God. Do they allow you to add facial hair? Are you kidding me? What is going on? Why? Oh god. That's too weird. No. Guess this is the only option we have, so. Yeah, that's not a stubble. They don't know what a stubble is, apparently. And that's unfortunate, you know. They do not know what a stubble is. And that is not a stubble. We might have to go with a female character. We'll make an Ingrid. Because yeah, I'm not into that fake fucking beard mustache bullshit. Oh, you know what? Since we're playing a female character, maybe we should go bold. We can either use this like big hair. The problem with the big hair is like the strands are too big. Look, like if they want to make a big hair like this, they still need to make sure that the strands are still small. You know, like yeah, the strands are too big for this one too. Like make sure the strands look like that, but on a big hair. You know, I guess it takes more resource or some shit. Oh, that is actually quite pretty. Quite pretty. No. Let's see. Oh, I can't rotate this. Okay. Either that hair or the curly one. Alright, let me ponder this for a sec. I might go for the big hair, actually. But I need to use the restroom.
beseech thee!
The collar! Wait! Wait! Ah! Mother.
So, that's a good thing, right?
What's up with the collar?
Sarah. Where is she?
As far as resurrection spells are concerned, I've seen worse. Particularly on myself.
Tony, come on. It's perfectly safe.
That thing wakes up and takes a bite out of you. Don't blame me.
Visiting hours are over.
You can't stay here forever.
There's nowhere else I should be.
Just saw that Stark guy poking around behind the mirror table.
Find me as soon as they awaken. And Blade, be nice.
As soon as they awaken, they can't even customize that.
Always am.
The heck? Part 1, The Awakening.
So cold. But the air burns with every breath. Has it been so long?
Look at that crazy hair.
I know this place. In my dreams, it was always empty. But now I sense I am not alone.
Have to admit, Hunter, you make one hell of an entrance. Guess that makes two of us.
You should have struck when you had the chance, vampire. You will not live to regret your error.
Cute, and Caretaker told me to be nice. Relax, Slayer. I'm a friend. You just don't know it yet.
Yes. I saw you with Sarah before. But what would she want with a vampire? Unless...
The name's Blade, and I'm no ordinary vampire. I get you've been out of commission, but I thought you noticed since we're having this little showdown under the freaking sun.
A dampier? Daywalkers were a myth even to me.
Says the half-human, half-demon monster hunter.
You appear quite versed in my history, Dampier.
Heard my fair share of stories from Caretaker. The legendary hunter, child of Lilith, last champion of the blood. Some call you angel, some demon. Probably a little of both. Led the Knights of Wundagore against the armies of darkness until you fell at...
Fell?
Shoot. This is why they don't normally have me do the meet and greets.
I can see why.
Right. As much as I'd love to see how much weirder this conversation can go, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. The prophecy is in motion. I can feel it. We have wasted too much time here already.
Man, the others are really gonna love you.
Others?
Yeah, you got a little fan club, I think. But why spoil the surprise? Hope you're up for the challenge, chosen one.
Game runs really well. Ray tracing on. I think both reflection and oh, what is this photo booth? Uh oh. What? Oh. This is cute. Spark communicator is currently not available. I don't know what that means. Well, what about the background now? Oh, you can edit the titles and... It's cute. It's very cute. It doesn't do anything. Oh, the tint, I guess. What? You can create like a... I try not to stare. This is really stupid. So you can't type in your own text. Oh, any photos can be converted to a painting that can be hung on the walls of the abbey. Very cool. Oh, super link. Inventory. Where is it? I don't know where the photo is at. Yeah, I have both. We were looking at the ray tracing. I have both ambient occlusion and reflections on for ray tracing. Everything's performing like perfectly. It's very optimized, well optimized. This game. 4K DLSS quality. So everything maxed out except for AA. I can probably turn on AA. I mean, based on the performance here, I can probably just turn on AA, but there's no need at 4K really. Everything looks pretty sharp. I don't see any, jaggies. So DLSS is already taking care of that. So yeah, pretty impressed with this game so far. I need arcane keys. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely one of the better looking games. Better looking game of late. Is there stuff that you can find? Yeah, and the battles actually look really good. The heroes look good. Their abilities so far look pretty damn good. So.
I definitely helped, but no, that's the one thing I can't do.
You were never able to raise the dead.
Huh? But she just did.
Maybe the hunter wasn't all dead.
Some part of them had to be alive, otherwise my spell wouldn't have done anything. Which makes sense, I guess.
Sounds like a reach to me.
Huh, coming from a vampire who loves to sunbathe at the pool.
Half vampire.
Half-dead hunter.
Either way, wouldn't count on that working again.
Yes, we know.
Just trying to help.
How? By keeping an eye on things out here while the big wigs decide the fate of the world inside?
Someone has to babysit the kitty table.
Babysitting or not, you realize they still have you out here with the kitties, right?
Oof. Ouch.
The legend walks among us.
And walking away. Just checking out the place, okay? I'll be back with you. I'll be back. What is these? So supposedly the game has ray trace reflections, but not on. Oh no, it's there. Okay. No, it's not. I don't think it's kinda. I mean, yeah, all of those should be shown, but it's not. So they didn't even really implement like a lot of ray tracing for the reflections. Maybe mostly during battles. Like, let's see if I can even see. Yeah, it's there, I guess. So. What the heck? Wow, this place is huge. There's a little bit of choppiness every so often.
There are cracks in this wall.
Why don't you just punch it then? Whoa. Quentin Carnival, final performance, do not miss out. That looks so stretched though. Fishing minigame. No jump button.
This is which sign?
A glyph scrawl in bone chalk. Its meaning known only to the witch who wrote it. This is the Scarlet Witch stays over here. Oh, the maybe the Gravekeeper, whatever her name is. Wow, it's pretty big. Dang. The heck? Is that a Spider-Man fucking wow. Speaking, you know. mist thing.
Hunter.
Hunter. Not sure if you remember me, but we met briefly before. I'm
The witch who called me back from the grave.
Told you.
or Nico, but either works. And this is
Robbie Reyes. Oh man, never thought I'd be standing next to you. Got quite a rep. I mean, caretakers told us stories.
That's Ileana.
Привет.
And I think you already met Blade.
Of course. Caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
Whoa. How did you?
Your power. I can feel it. I always do.
So, welcome home. I guess
I never left.
Right. Well, we can fast forward through the tour then. The Abbey is still, well, you know, the Abbey. Basic stuff. Dorms, war room, library, a few places to chill, and,
Hey!
whatever the hell the Forge is. Have to say, for a haunted transient castle raised on the cursed grounds of Old Salem, it's pretty cozy.
I'd
Of
live
course,
there.
that doesn't stop us from adding some improvements. We can all thank Robbie for the Wi-Fi. Oh, and one more thing. We've got some new house guests now. You think we're a fun bunch, just wait until you meet them. Speaking of, we're here.
Yeah, okay. Spend 10 minutes in this place alone, Bruce, then say, oh, gotta go. Just about to begin.
There isn't time for a refresher, much less that sort of training regime. You'll have to trust that the hunter's past experience is enough.
Taking a big risk with your chosen one.
You act as if I'm thrilled with the situation. If you're concerned, then be all the more vigilant out there.
Easy for you to say.
Nothing about any of this is easy, Blade.
Yeah? Tell that to Wanda.
You following me, Doc? Maybe you should go introduce yourself to the youngins.
I'm sure they know of the Sorcerer Supreme, and I wasn't following you.
How long have you two been sharing a room now? A day?
Oh, I don't know. What do you say, Doc? 6, 7 hours?
6 hours, 43 minutes, 8 seconds. And counting.
Wow. And you're already bouncing off each other like an old married couple.
Careful now. You're gonna make his cape jealous.
It's a cloak, not a cape, and it definitely wouldn't be jealous of you.
I'm calling it now. You two are gonna be best friends before this thing is over.
So, crazy day, huh?
Crazy indeed.
Lots of new blood around here. Some seriously powerful headliners.
Powerful, yes. But how powerful, we will see.
Big personalities, too.
I think you mean big egos. But none of that matters unless they can help us get to Wanda.
Okay.
Real 90s album cover vibe.
1690s, maybe. Hard to believe she's the hunter's mother.
Resemblance dwindles when one is twisted by Cthulhu's power.
Whose power?
Cthulhu, the Elder God.
Is Cthulhu the elder god of metal bands?
No.
Tony, read your briefings.
Relax, I'm just spinning him up.
You think now's
Yes,
really the
Yoshi,
time
give me
for
a
that?
sec.
I nearly broke my hand on Lilith's face. She didn't even flinch.
The more dangerous the foe, the funnier I get.
That's debatable.
They can't stop talking to each other. Alright, save here.